Oh my God, what a blessing. What a beautiful sunrise here in Surfside, California. It is absolutely gorgeous. Good Sunday morning, and look at that ocean. What a beautiful wintertime day it is. I see a boat down there drifting probably for halibut. He looks like he's trying to catch a flatty or two. Man, do we have some great stuff to talk about. In fact, I'm going to take you down to Central America, talk a little Costa Rica. We've got some outstanding fishing going on in Baja California, Mexico, and lots of opportunities here in the good old USA. There's halibut, there's an occasional white sea bass, there's some good sand bass fishing. Man, we've got a party coming up on Thursday night, a watch party, live stream. We're going to be watching the Notre Dame game, and I will have the exact location for you all. Don't forget, this Thursday night, you'll be able to join us. Come on down, whether you're a football fan or not. We can talk fishing or just hang together for a little while. All right, I'm going to get to it because this is way too beautiful. Time to set up for the morning briefing. I'll be back with lots more in one more moment. What a gorgeous Sunday. So great to have you with us. Before we get started on today's morning briefing, don't forget, if you're headed to Ensenada, you're going to want to give Zeke Casas a call. Only 15 minutes from downtown, but just check out that spectacular view while in Ensenada, Baja California Norte. And if that garage door is giving you a problem, then you're going to want to call your garage door man. That's Joe Welker. Tax problems? Nobody better than our friend Tim Marquez. Tim's been doing taxes for 35 years. Give the tax man a call today. And for your heating and or air conditioning needs, you're going to want to talk to our dear friend John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning. Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. This absolutely gorgeous Sunday morning. It is stunningly beautiful. It's a little chilly, but my God, that sunrise is to die for, and that ocean laid out beautifully right now. It looks gorgeous. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if looking back in the background during this morning's morning briefing, you saw a fish jump out of the surf, some dolphin surfing back there, or maybe a gray whale passing by on their southern migration to the warm water lagoons of Baja California. It is a spectacular January 5th, 2025, and it's so great to have you with us. We have got so much to cover with you all. Without further ado, you know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh, is that good? So good and so great to be with you all. Thank you so much for joining us, and as always, we deeply appreciate it when you pound on that like button. That means the world to us. Also, share these videos with a friend and subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. Tick that little bell. That's it. Tick that little bell. You'll be notified when there's new content. You can also follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Wow, what a report we've got for you, because we're going to go down to Costa Rica, cover Mexico, check out what's going on here. Some really extraordinarily good surf fishing. Later on, I'm going to try this. Sounds awful. Krill meat. But I saw it in the supermarket yesterday, and I go, I got to try that. It's high protein, not much on the carbohydrates. There's a little bit in this, but not much. I'll give that a try for you. Give you the taste test. It sounds absolutely awful. Sounds more like a meal for a blue whale. So no jokes, by the way. All right, let's get into it because there's so much going on. What a morning. I got to tell you, this is a perfect morning to be going to Big Fish Bait and Tackle, getting your bait and coming down here and surf fishing. And we've got some really good surf fishing action going on. Let's go down to the Central American country of Costa Rica. My wife's from Costa Rica. I spent a year there when I was 19 years old in the town of Golfito, down there near the Panamanian border, teaching kids English and running around a Catholic parish, trying to keep things glued together. Well, I wasn't keeping them glued together, but anytime the Padres needed something, pick up the laundry, go get the mail, take care of these kids, I was there to do it, and I really had some great times there. And it took me as a below average student in those days to become a halfway decent student after that and learn Spanish. It was a great experience for me. All right, back to Costa Rica. Land of the Ticos, wonderful people. What a great country, volcanoes and great fishing, and the yellowfin tuna bite out of Crocodile Bay right now is outstanding. I spent some time fishing in Crocodile Bay. Man, it must be 15 years ago when I flew down there and fished Crocodile Bay. It's an extraordinary resort. So much fun to fish there, and a wide variety of fish depending upon what time of the year you are there. You can catch giant roosters on the beach. You can go offshore for big marlin. And right now, the yellowfin tuna bite is extraordinary. Really good fishing in the Central American country of Costa Rica. Let's jump up a few countries up to beautiful Mexico Lindo, Mexico. Such a great place. Tomorrow, the Feast of the Epiphany, or really, as it's known in Mexico, Dia de Reyes, when the three kings encountered the Christ child in Bethlehem. And it's a huge day in Mexico, so we'll be celebrating along with our friends. In Mexico, we've got our dear friend Louis Prieto. He is down there. Now, Louis has a company called It's For Reals Sport Fishing, and he operates out of Ensenada, Baja California. But Louis is on a busman's holiday. He went down to Bahia Asuncion, which is down there near Turtle Bay. It's in southern Baja California. And he said, Bill, I got to tell you, the yellowfin tuna bite is off the hook down here. Louis and his group, they're having a marvelous time catching yellowfin. There's a couple of 20 to 30 pound fish, but most of it has been 30 to 60 pounds. Absolutely wide open. So wide open that Louis said, we're done fishing yellowfin tuna for today, Sunday. We're going to go yellowtail fishing. So off they are going to do that. They have caught a lot of fish on the Nomad lures. Deep diving Rapala lures have been super effective. And once they got stopped, got those troll fish in, they used some flat fall jigs and got bit on that also. They're only 8 miles from town. Wonderful fishing for them. Bahia Asuncion, such a great place to take advantage of some fine fishing indeed. Down in Ensenada, our dear friends over there at Blackfin Sport Fishing with copious amounts of colorful and delicious rockfish. Nice going, Victor and Blackfin. Love those guys out there on Punta Banda. They do such a great job. Right now, the focus has been mostly on the rockfish, but there's the possibility of a yellowtail popping up during this time of the year inside the bay. Yo-yo and surface iron is something you definitely want to bring along with you if you're headed down there, just in case. But mostly it's going to be all those great eating rockfish. And by the way, the whale show out of Ensenada yesterday was really spectacular. A lot of grays on their southbound venture down into Baja California right now. Really a good show on the whales if you're into that. All right, let's talk San Diego Long Range. A lot of boys are still traveling, like the Royal Polaris. He should be arriving today, however, down there almost 1,000 miles south, looking for that giant yellowfin tuna in Wahoo. And man, my fingers are crossed that the boys are going to pound out some good fish here. Soda Pop. If some of you know him, he is a great guy, and he is on board the Independence. He's going to do back-to-back 16-day trips. He's going to go on a 16-day trip on the Independence and then come back and then turn around and do it again. Wow, that's all I can say. That is going to be fun, and we'll be following them, the Royal Polaris, and everybody else in between that. Fish that's down at 300 miles. Now I'm talking about yellowfin tuna. When I say 300 miles, I mean south of the Mexican-American border. Tijuana, 300 miles down the peninsula. There is still good biting yellowfin tuna down there. That bite has been spectacular for months. That fish has vacillated up and down the Baja Peninsula. One would think it would be way further south right now, but it's hanging in there and biting really, really well. And you have got to love what's going on with that. Hey, you know, I've been talking a lot about Loreto and Mulaje and how great the yellowtail fishing has been down there. Also in southern Baja California, it has been spectacular. And fishing with Nathan Burbe down there out of Mulaje, and he does a great job, was a young man, and Nathan says, we cannot wipe the smile off his face. out fishing for the first time, catching yellowtail with his family. What a great experience, and really great to see that going on down in Mulegé. Some great fishing going on there. Cabo San Lucas, still a smattering of striped marlin, pretty good yellowfin tuna fishing with some pretty big fish down there in that area. And also, you see the occasional Dorado and Wahoo. In fact, Jonathan Roldan in La Paz out of Tail Hunter International said, Phil, I can't believe it's wintertime, and we're still picking off Dorado down here. He had a group out yesterday. They had 3 flatheads. So really crazy stuff going on south of the border, whether it's in Costa Rica or Mexico. Wow, it has been absolutely spectacular. Good stuff going on there. And our long range situation just keeps going out of San Diego. We have a 5-day trip on the Independence in April. We would love you to give Paulina a call at the Independence office right now and book on that trip. And then our 8-day trip in November, I think, is sold out, but I'm not sure. You could check with her on that. We had a spectacular trip last year. So many great things going on. All right, let's talk SoCal. Man, you're going to love the surf fishing report. I have got to get my butt down here and fish this. It is absolutely perfect. First of all, however, let's talk Catalina Island, because there's some pretty good possibilities there right now. We've got so much live squid everywhere, and of course that's the magnet that attracts predators in. All that squid is going to produce great halibut fishing and white sea bass fishing. When? Probably you're going to see the apex of that in the spring and summer of 25 of this year. However, you're going to get little spurts of some really good fishing going on in several different venues, including Catalina. You can still take whitefish right now. Rockfish season is closed, but there is some really good white fishing, and then you can play around and try to catch a big halibut or a white sea bass or some calico bass. All viable possibilities. And the El Patron has taken their prices down. There's no fuel surcharge. They run with a limited load out of Long Beach sport fishing. They're going to continue to fish through the entire month of January. Get on the El Patron Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. www.longbeachsportfishing.org. Get on the El Patron and have some fun. As we move you up into the Channel Islands, Pat O'Brien runs the Aloha Spirit, and Pat has been saying, man, there's a lot of nice flatfish around right now, and he's been out on a private boat catching some big flatties, some of the sport boats up there catching whitefish and doing really, really well on that. Alan Rushing, he's such a dear Friedman Adventures family member. And Alan recently went up to Emeryville. Perhaps you saw that with his 2 great boys. And man, did they have fun. Not only did they catch all kinds of great rockfish when the season was open, lings, and Alan had a 9.5 pound boccaccio, but they loaded up on the crabs, and they brought those crabs home, and they put Mom, Kai, and Grandma, and a whole bunch of other people to work making dumplings out of the crab. And oh my God, I can taste those things right now. Having lived in China for 3 years and sampled some pretty good dumplings down there in that neck of the woods, I can only imagine how great it was. And it's so good to see a family, Dad and his 2 boys, go fishing and then bring that bounty from the sea back home and turn it into a culinary masterpiece. I'm telling you, there is nothing better than that. That is awesome stuff. So some really cool stuff going on. All right, along the Southern California coast. Now we're talking sport boats. Get into surf fishing here in one more moment. Along the coast, 1/2 and 3/4 day guys are picking at the bass down in San Diego. We've seen some pretty good bass fishing down there. You know, not wide open, but a sand bass or 2 per rod when the day is really good. And then, you know, some whitefish and sculpin to help fill it in, perhaps a halibut or 2. We're seeing that up and down the coast. We see it all the way up in here. I see that guy that I pointed out to you when we started the morning briefing. He's been drifting for quite some time. There should be halibut all through here, and the Native Sun is going to start their halibut derby here very, very soon up out of Marina del Rey. We see some good twilight bass fishing on both sand and calico bass. Fishing structure, you got to fish heavy line, 40 pound. You got to fish fluorocarbon because it's abrasion resistant, and you have got to pull super hard to get those bass out of that really bad neighborhood. And what I'm talking about is a lot of rocks and maybe a shipwreck or maybe an artificial reef. it's all bad news for you and your fishing line unless you pull really, really hard. So keep that in mind. We continue to see some good stuff with regard to that up and down the Southern California coast, and the likelihood of seeing a gray whale right now, I know I keep going back to that, but it truly is a spectacle of nature. It's a reason just to take the kids out for that. You find a day like today where it's this gorgeous and beautiful, and you should be out on the water. There is no doubt about it. Some football later today for you, but maybe you can get out, take a walk on the beach, or catch a surf fish or two. All right, that's our transition into surf fishing. Now I'm going to shoot you down to the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway, where we'll be meeting somewhere right around there Thursday night for the Notre Dame Penn State game. You can get all your bait there at Big Fish Bait and Tackle. You can pick up gear for fishing from trout right on up to big bluefin tuna. They've got it all. Rods, reels, terminal tackle, hooks, sinkers, you name it, they've got it down there at Big Fish Bait and Tackle. They give away a free surf fishing rod, custom made every single month. All you have to do is go in there and buy the ruler, and you're going to be in great shape. So that is the way to get it done, as a dog is walking by and joining the party here this morning. So some really good surf fishing going on. Glenn Saldivar is down there out of San Diego catching all kinds of barb perch down there. May not be the biggest ones in the world, but a lot of fun and a great way to experience the SoCal surf right now. Every once in a while, I'll catch a bigger barb perch, but for the most part, it has been the smaller ones. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning.
And also, we continue to see some okay yellowfin croaker fishing, not wide open, but every once in a while, somebody will come up with that. Mostly barb perch because they prefer the cooler water. However, we are also seeing some other stuff, and there is the possibility of a nice halibut on a day like this. Throwing a jerkbait like a Lucky Craft or a chrome crocodile is a great way to get it done. Fishing North Orange County, the exact location, I could tell you, but Adam would kill me. I actually don't know where it is. Adam Helbert with a big flatfish, nice fish for him, 28-inch halibut in the surf. Let me tell you, he had one bite, and that's all he needed. He turned it into a flatfish, and he turned it into a culinary masterpiece in addition to that. Way to go, Adam. What a great catch that is and was. And man, this is a perfect day to be trying to pull that off. Dominic and Wyatt Martinez with a striper in the surf. They're dear friends of Isaac Parcell, who is an extraordinary Friedman Adventures family member, along with his boys and his wife. They are super great people. They sent that along. Hey, Wyatt, what a catch with Dad. Nice going, kid. Really proud of you. That was at Doheny Beach. Nice striper there. And a NorCal striper. That's right. Up there in Northern California, we saw Mona Cruz. And Mona was fishing the Antioch Public Fishing Pier. She had a 31-inch, 14-pound striper. That is an incredible catch. Mona, we salute you for absolutely an incredible catch. Maybe there's a striper or two running around here this morning. It is such a fabulous and beautiful day here today. I'm telling you, you cannot buy an experience, a blessing like this. It is so nice. So get outdoors, get into the great outdoors, get some vitamin D. You can actually do that today. The sun is shining and it's absolutely gorgeous. I hope you get out soon. I'll have details on where we're going to meet up on Thursday to watch the game or talk fishing or just hang out together for a little while. That game, I believe, is at 5 o'clock. I think it starts at 4:30, but it's probably pregame stuff. 5 o'clock. So sometime between 5 and, let's say, 8, we'll be meeting probably somewhere around here because I have a really busy schedule the next day. But if you'd like to join us, I'll have info tomorrow's morning briefing on where we're going to be meeting up. I'll also be posting on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok about that. And it's just an excuse to get together. And I was thinking this may be the catalyst to start maybe a monthly fishing meeting. People have been telling me, we've got to meet. Come on, put together something. And while we meet over there at SoCal Wings every Monday after we film our live TV show, TV show, our YouTube show at Island Fishing Tackle Shop Confessions. And you're all invited to join us anytime, including this Monday. Afterwards, SoCal Wings right next to Island Fishing Tackle. While we do that, this will be a more formal guest speaker kind of thing. I know, I'm getting carried away here, but it does sound like a pretty good idea. Maybe this will be the start of it. More info on that to come. All right, my friends, what can I tell you? It's a gorgeous day. It is so nice of you to spend some of your Sunday with me. And as always, and I think I'll get the opportunity, I hope to see you really, really soon.